Hello, fellas and ladies. It is time to finally, last one to predict the BAFTA nominations. This one obviously is a little different. There's there's a long list for every category, and there's random nomination numbers for each of them. It's super weird. I think I'm gonna start at the bottom this time. I'm gonna start at the bottom and then go to picture this time around. I'm gonna mix it up. I think I'm gonna start each category by listing off a long list and then telling what I'm gonna nominate. For best sound, it's All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, Babylon, The Batman, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Tar, 13 Lives, and Top Gun Maverick. Right off the bat, Top Gun Maverick, All Quiet on the Western Front. Don't think I need to explain myself there. They're definitely going to get in. After that, I can't stress this enough. I really think Everything Everywhere All at Once is like a definite thing. I'm not saying it can't miss at all, but like I really don't think it is. And then Elvis, I think is going to happen. It feels about right. I think at the Oscars, Avatar is a lot more likely, but due to the performance on the long list, I do think that Avatar missing sound is something we need to really, really look out for. For something like the Batman or even 13 Lives, I was really tempted to put 13 Lives in here. It seems like something the BAFTAs would do, but I decided against it. I don't think Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. But also, when it comes to BAFTA, like, I'm not counting out anything. You know what I mean? Like, maybe there's a thing, like, I don't really think Babylon's getting in for sound, but I'm also not going to be counting it out. You know what I mean? Dude, like, I'll say I don't find this likely, but I am there, and I suggest all of you do this. You guys, I suggest you guys be prepared for everything. Be prepared for something to miss, for anything to miss, and be prepared for anything to get in. Like, I think like something like Top Gun Maverick and sound, like, I think that's going to happen, but like, I guess I gotta be a little bit like 5% prepared for it to miss, because nothing's a guarantee when it comes to BAFTA. Visual effects, the long lists are All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, The Batman, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Fantastic Beasts: The Secret of Dumbledore, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Jurassic World Dominion, and Top Gun Maverick. I'm about to come off as such a hypocrite about everything I just said, because Avatar: The Way of Water is 100% getting in. I think The Batman's definitely getting in. The BAFTAs did not love the first Black Panther, and even then they still nominated and even gave the win to Black Panther in visual effects. So I'm gonna say Wakanda Forever definitely gets in. I think Top Gun Maverick, I still think there's a chance it misses just because of the nature of that film, but I do think that I think it'll happen. Number 5 is where it gets a little sticky. Everything Ever All Once is obviously not getting the Oscar nomination, but I do think that maybe they give it to it here. Or maybe they go for something out there like Doctor Strange. Okay, I guess Doctor Strange is not out there. I want to count out Jurassic World, but like there's a part of me, and also Fantastic Beasts, but there's a part of me that's like, oh, could they just randomly go for them? I've thought about it, and I really do think it's possible. I'll go on the Western Front they could go with. I can see it. Go with Dos Pinocchio, maybe. Like, again, I'm not counting out any of these. I want to count out Jurassic World, but I can't. Animated feature. This one's 8. And there's only 4 is getting in for some reason. The Amazing Maurice, The Bad Guys, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Lightyear, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, Minions: The Rise of Gru, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, and Turning Red. I'm going to play it safe and say just put Pinocchio, Turning Red, Puss in Boots, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. They don't typically go with risks in this category. They kind of just go with what we expect. Maybe a miss, but I don't know what that miss would be this time around. Other than The Bad Guys, I don't really buy any of the alternates, unless maybe The Amazing Maurice is just that good. Honestly, let's move on. Production design. The long list is All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, Babylon, The Banshees of Inisherin, The Batman, Elvis, Empire of Light, Everything Ever All at Once, The Fabelmans, and Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Okay, this one's a little stickier, and I went a little simplistic, I guess. I don't have the Fabelmans in here. I want to be careful with how much I snub the Fabelmans, considering how poorly it performed at the long list. I don't think a miss of production design is that wild assumption to make. I also don't want to completely goose egg it because it's the Fabelmans still. Nonetheless, I have Avatar in. I think that's going to get nominated. I do have Babylon in. I think Babylon is going to miss something important, like something it should not have missed. Like if Brad Pitt missed Big Wolf, like I think Babylon might miss something important, but I don't think it's going to be production design. Elvis, I think, is definitely going to get in, as is All Quiet on the Western Front. They absolutely loved All Quiet on the Western Front on the long list. I'm hearing some comparisons going, oh, but House of Gucci also performed extremely well on the long list. That didn't get in. I'm like, okay, but did House of Gucci lead? All Quiet on the Western Front is just such an undeniable tech thing. And it's like, what, you're going to put Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio above it? I do have Empire of Light in the 5th slot, because I do think that Empire of Light, I don't think it's going to like overperform. Obviously, it can't. But I think it's going to perform decently enough with BAFTA. I don't have Banshees in. I think it's going to be the Oscar nom, though. Everything Ever All Once, and The Batman, I can definitely see them going for, but I'm going to assume a snub. Score. All Quiet on the Western Front, Babylon, The Banshees of Inisherin, The Batman, Empire of Light, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Glass Onion and Knives Out Mystery, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Tar, Women Talking, and The Wonder. That one's 11. I haven't listened to the Wonder score, and I still haven't at the making and filming of this. So I'm going to assume it doesn't get in just off of that. And I also don't think Tar is getting in. Like, it could, but like, again, there's like no score in it. I have Babylon at number 1. I do think that's going to happen. I do think that it's going to get nominated. I don't think it's going to get another first man treatment. I also think Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio is like totally getting in, like, to Splat. After that, it gets a little. I do have Women Talking in. I can like. I'm starting to like kind of be like, oh shit, could that like miss altogether? I don't think so, but I am a little prepared for it. But nonetheless, I do think it's going to get in here. I do think Banshees of Inisherin is going to get in. It feels like the BAFTA of all people would do it. Again, I'm not going to count out a snub, but like I feel like they will. And then I'm going with the Batman. Because I can. But also I do think, they do have they nominated Jojo Rabbit, didn't they? And that's Giacchino. So, I think the Batman makes sense. Aqua on the West Front, Empire of Light. I definitely think that they could knock out either Banshees or Batman, or even Women Talking to a certain extent. Glass Onion, Everything Ever All Once. I'm looking out for those. Makeup and Hair, All Quiet on the Western Front, Amsterdam, Babylon, The Batman, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Blonde, Elvis, Emancipation, Roald Dahl's Matilda the Musical. Why did I say like a southerner? And The Whale. On the Roald Dahl sounds like an oil tycoon. The Whale, Elvis, and the Batman are not missing. Like, those are not missing. I was kind of like, while I was writing my predictions, kind of go like, maybe the Batman misses. Then I remembered why it's getting in. I'm like, never mind. I do also think Matilda the Musical is going to get in. If you're not sure why, I really suggest looking up Emma Thompson in this movie. You'd be like, that's Emma Thompson. That's like some Colin Farrell in the Batman level shit. And then I do got All Quiet on the Western Front. Again, they clearly admired All Quiet on the Western Front. And I do think that, it's going to be easy to come to admire. Although there is definitely some things that can knock it out, like Blonde. Blonde is such a wild card. I do think they could easily knock out All Quiet because, she transformed Anna de Armas into Marilyn Monroe. But I don't know. I kind of ran out of slots. So I just kind of gave All Quiet on the Western Front the edge. Black Panther could happen. I've been really wondering about Emancipation and Makeup. There is evidence to back it up. And, I'm not counting it out. Babylon, with the way it's sinking, I can't see it. And then fuck Amsterdam. Editing. Aftersun, All Quiet on the Western Front, Babylon, The Banshees of Inisherin, Decision to Leave, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Moon Age Daydream, Top Gun Maverick, Triangle of Sadness. This one is not easy because editing is, could really be, what movies we like. But like, man, this is a hard one. I think Everything Everywhere All at Once, Top Gun Maverick, and Elvis seem like the safest bets because of how they're edited. Top Gun with the aerial sequences, Everything Ever All Once with editing basically being a character, and Elvis with all the split screens and shit. I think those three add up. I am going to go with Moon Age Daydream. There's a lot of editing in that, and they nominated Summer of Soul last year, so like, I won't be shocked if Moon Age Daydream gets in. Number 5 is where it gets very, very interesting. I really tempted to put an Aftersun, Decision to Leave, like something out there like that, but I am going to go with All Quiet on the Western Front. I decided. I do think All Quiet on the Western Front, it's going to be a very technically beloved film. So I do think an editing nomination adds up here. I do think Banshees of Inisherin, Aftersun, Decision to Leave are very tempting, as is Babylon too, actually, because there's a lot of editing there. Oddly enough, like Triangle of Sadness could happen, but oddly enough, that's like the one I feel least confident in. And as I'm saying out loud, it just doesn't make sense. But like, man, Aftersun, Decision to Leave just add up so much. Costume design, All Quiet on the Western Front, Amsterdam, Babylon, The Banshees of Inisherin, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Corsage, Elvis, Glass Onion, Knives Out Mystery, Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, Roald Dahl's Matilda the Musical. Why do I keep saying it like that? It's a British name. Right off the bat, I'm just going to say, I think Babylon's getting snubbed here. At the bat, I think it's getting the Oscar nomination, but I think BAFTAs are going to snub Babylon for more Britishy things. Elvis, I mean, come on. That's going to happen. I think Matilda's going to get nominated costumes here, as is Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I know the first one missed, but I think this one is, the costumes are easier to appreciate, and also, it's a long list this time around, so it doubles its chances. I haven't seen Corsage yet. I really want to, but I haven't seen it yet. But, from the looks of it, the costumes are very flashy, so I am going to go with Corsage at that 4th slot. Kind of a gamble. And then I'm going Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris because that's about costumes. I think Babylon's going to miss here. I keep on saying Babylon's going to miss some key stuff. I think Babylon's going to get the Oscar nomination when all is said is done. But I do think that Babylon could miss the BAFTA, and that could be like kind of like a surefire, like, oh, it's like seriously in trouble. Glass Onion, I don't know. We'll have to see. Banshees of Inisherin I thought about, but like, I don't know. It's like too much. Like, really? What costumes? All Quiet on the Western Front? No. Amsterdam I thought of, but it's Amsterdam. Cinematography. All Quiet on the Western Front, Amsterdam, Athena, Babylon, The Banshees of Inisherin, The Batman, Elvis, Empire of Light, Tar, Top Gun Maverick. I'm going with, oddly enough, 4 of the 5 ASC nominations with Top Gun, Elvis, Batman, Empire of Light. I really think that those 4 are going to get nominated here, as is All Quiet on the Western Front. Honestly, I love that. I think that 5, I like it a lot. Not saying that's who I would nominate. I don't want Elvis to be nominated. What I meant by I like it a lot is that I like the way that looks. Like, I think it feels right. I don't really like, I guess Tar could like sneak his way in there. I don't know what Athena looks like, but I imagine it's beautiful. Banshees, maybe. I don't know. I like that 5. I like the way that 5 looks to me. So I'm just gonna move on. Casting: After Sun, All Quiet on the Western Front, Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Ever All at Once, The Fabelmans, Living, Roald Dolls, and Matilda the Musical, Tar, and Triangle of Sadness. Casting makes no fucking sense at BAFTA at all. I have Elvis and Living predicted, and those make no sense for a casting nomination. It's like that, oh, the one guy. But Joker won, so I gotta consider it. I had Banshees and Everything Ever All Once, and I feel like, not inevitable, but like, come on. How do you not? And then I'm going with the British thing with Matilda. I think Tar could also be like that thing where it's like it's just the one person you have casted. Like, that could happen too. Again, I want to be careful with how much I snub the Fabelmans, but it's gonna miss some places. I don't think it's gonna get all 5 of the things it was longlisted for, especially with how horribly it performed long lists. But I think casting stuff makes sense here. Triangle of Sadness could happen, as could All Quiet on the Western Front. After Sun is like too much. It's like, okay, that's literally just 2 people. Like that's like, I don't think it's gonna get, like, could it? Okay, I'm considering outside of these, but like, it's hard to explain. I hate BAFTA, man. I hate the British. Going to adapt the screenplay. All Quiet on the Western Front, Glass Onion and Knives Out Mystery, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Living, The Quiet Girl, She Said, Top Gun Maverick, The Whale, Women Talking, and The Wonder. Women Talking's not going to miss screenplay. I know Women Talking's in trouble in general, but it's not missing screenplay. No way. And considering how much The Whale has catapulted this week, I think The Whale is like definitely getting screenplay as well. Glass Onion, I think that's going to happen too. I see no reason to think that All Quiet's going to miss screenplay here. It's very combat focused, yes, but I feel like that's going to get in here. I really do feel that way. I don't know if Living's going to get the Oscar nomination, but I am going to have to predict it here. Living could be that thing that we're like, of course the BAFTA's going to go for it, but like, nobody nominates it, but like, it just doesn't get like nominations except for like maybe this. I can really see that, and I think people should like look out for that possibility, because I understand it's British, but like, I don't know, it feels like that thing. But I do feel like a Mr. She Said does add up at BAFTA a little bit. You just kind of do the fact that there's 5 slots. If there was 6 slots, I'd probably have it in here. I'm also looking out for The Wonder. I could be like, what was that Carey Mulligan movie they nominated in 2020? Oh my god, like, it could be something like that. Like, I haven't seen The Wonder, but like, maybe they do that anyway. Who knows? Top Gun Maverick, maybe. I don't know. Still, that getting a screenplay nom still kind of feels too wrong to me. And then Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, I won't count it out. I won't count it out at all. Neither should you. And maybe The Quiet Girl gets it. Who knows? Original screenplay: After Sun, The Banshees of Inisherin, Decision to Leave, Elvis, Everything Ever All at Once, The Fabelmans, Good Luck to You, Leo Grande, The Menu, Tar, and Triangle of Sadness. I am just going to go with the Oscars 5 here, just in a different order. Everything Everywhere, Banshees, and Tar are not missing. Like, I know, look out for anything, but like, objectively, I got Triangle of Sadness above the Fabelmans. I can see a Fabelman snub in screenplay. I really can. At least at BAFTA, not the Oscar. I think Triangle of Sadness is like such screenplay bait and hasn't gotten a single screenplay nomination so far. So I do think that Triangle of Sadness, like, I think it's gotta like show up somewhere in screenplay. The Menu is like right on the outside. I know a lot of people are kind of going like, oh, what about After Sun? I don't know. That getting a screenplay nom still just doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. I think The Menu getting screenplay makes more sense, and I really do buy it here. Elvis, man, I've been really contemplating if that gets screenplay nom, like at the Oscars, like even. I gotta look out for it. I have no choice but to look out for it, and I'm scared. Decision to Leave and Good Luck to You, Leo Grande. Is it Grande or Grand? I've heard both. I'm gonna say Grande. Both films I can definitely see BAFTA going for. But I'm just gonna stick at the 5.5 right now. I'm really zooming through this. I guess I should slow down. Or maybe I shouldn't, actually. Supporting actor: Brendan Gleeson, The Banshees of Inisherin. Tom Hanks and Elvis, Woody Harrelson, Triangle of Sadness, Barry Keoghan, The Banshees of Inisherin, Brad Pitt, Babylon, Ke Huy Quan, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Eddie Redmayne, The Good Nurse, Albrecht Schruck, and All Quiet on the Western Front, Michael Ward, Empire of Light, Ben Whishaw, Women Talking. Ke Huy Quan's getting in, as is probably both Banshees boys. I can maybe see one of them missing. But I'm gonna play a safe and predict both. I'm like really I won't say confident, but like I'm pretty sure that Michael Ward's getting in. It makes so much sense to me. I am gonna predict Brad Pitt because I'm predicting him to get the Oscar nomination, and I think he needs something more than the Golden Globe. I guess maybe he doesn't, but the way Babylon's performing kind of suggests he does. Ben Whishaw has had a horrendous season, and as is Women Talking in general. So even when Women Talking succeeds, Ben Whishaw misses. So why am I predicting him here? I don't know. Well, I think it comes down to the alternates. I think Eddie Redmayne, I got to go with my theory that I had with him, that he was going to get SAG and Globe, but miss the Oscar nomination. I think that kind of means he needs to miss here. If he gets in here, I'm going to predict him. But Eddie Redmayne is, he's definitely a British guy that British people like. So I definitely think Eddie Redmayne could, not someone I should be underestimating. Same with Woody Harrelson Woody Harrelson, Triangle of Sadness, I definitely am kind of like, ooh, albrecht Schruck, I'm so sorry. Scutch? Is it Scutch? I'm gonna say Albert Scutch. Cool. Albert Scutch, could be a BAFTA thing that they go for. But I think that's that feels like pushing it in my mind, of too much of a BAFTA thing. And then Tom Hanks and Elvis, I guess it's possible, but I don't know. I feel like that's still too much. Like who's gonna go for it? He's not gonna be top 3, and he's not gonna be the jury pick. Oh yeah, I guess I should probably say what the top 3 thing is. So basically, the top 3, basically the acting thing, I guess, whatever the fuck, is gonna vote for the top 3, and those who get in, and then a jury picks the last 3 of the long listed people. And it's what which one of those which one of those is gonna go for Tom Hanks? You know what I mean? They're not gonna vote for Tom Hanks over one of the Banshees boys, Ke Huy Quan, and what the jury's gonna select him? I don't know. I guess I could, but really, is he? I won't count him out, but really? Supporting actress: Angela Bassett, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever; Hong Chow, The Whale; Carrie Condon, Banshees of Inisherin; Jamie Lee Curtis, Everything Everywhere All at Once; Dolly DeLeon, Triangle of Sadness; Lashana Lynch, The Woman King; Janelle Monáe, Glass Onion; Carey Mulligan, She Said; Emma Thompson, Roald Dahl's Matilda the Musical; Amy Lou Wood, Living. Okay, so I think Carrie Condon's going to get in. And I also think Angela Bassett's going to get in. I know a lot of people are doubting Angela Bassett, for here at least, and there's a reason behind it. But I do think that that's going to be a strong enough thing. I think Angela Bassett's just going to happen. I can't stress enough. If it wasn't a Marvel performance, I think none of us would be questioning her. And clearly she's gone over that hunch. So I do think Angela Bassett's going to get in. I also really think Hong Chow is going to happen. Whale is kind of peaking at the right time. And I do think that the Hong Chow kind of momentum that she has right now alongside the Whale is going to work out for her. I really do. And I think Dolly DeLeon is going to get nominated. I really, at least here. If she misses here, I'm fucking done with her. She's done. I'm going to put Jessie Buckley or Stephanie Sue back in. Lashana Lynch, I am going with. I think that the Brits like Lashana. And, she was really good in The Woman King. So I do think, is this the only nomination? Because, spoiler alert, I think Viola Davis is going to get snubbed here. And then Emma Thompson, Matilda. Hopefully, when I asked you guys to Google her, you did. Right? Crazy. She looks like that. I think they are clearly going to have a nice fondness for Matilda. So I think Emma Thompson, and they clearly like Emma Thompson. So I think top 3 votes are going to be Condon, Bassett, and Chow. I do. I don't think Jamie Lee Curtis is going to get in here. I think Jamie Lee Curtis getting everything just doesn't make sense to me. It feels right that she's going to miss something. I won't be shocked if she gets in here. Clearly, she's my next in line, but I don't know. I feel like her missing here does kind of add up in a way. Carey Mulligan, She Said. I think her and also Janelle Monáe, I think are in a similar position where even if she gets in here, I'm still gonna say she doesn't get the Oscar nomination. Amy Lou Wood, I can see happening. She is really good in Living, but I'm gonna say that she gets snubbed for now. I do think Mulligan has a shot, but I'm not gonna. I don't know. I feel like a no. Actor: Austin Butler, Elvis; Tom Cruise, Top Gun Maverick; Harris Dickinson, Triangle of Sadness; Brendan Fraser, The Whale; Colin Farrell, The Banshees of Inisherin; Daniel Kaluuya, Nope; Felix Emerer, All Quiet on the Western Front; Daryl McCormick, Good Luck to You, Leo Grande; Paul Mescal, Aftersun; Bill Nye, Living. I think I fucked up because my top 5 is my exact same 5 at the Oscars. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I do think that one of those five are going to miss, but I just don't know which one. I think Fraser's going to get in. I think Fraser and Butler are going to get in. Farrell and Nye make a lot of sense, and like Mescal could get in too. I don't know, man. This is so tricky, and I also think Felix Camara, like, I don't know, I can't tell if that's like too much of a BAFTA thing that like just won't happen or not. I also think people should like really be on the lookout for like a Bill Nye or a Paul Mescal snub. Like, I know a lot of people are just kind of dismissing that possibility because like they have British accents, but like I think that they can miss. I really do. I don't. Brendan Fraser, Austin Butler could also miss, but I don't know. I feel like a Bill Nye miss is coming, but I don't have the guts to predict it. Harris Dickinson could easily get in. Ask if Daniel Kaluuya or Daniel McCormick. I don't think Tom Cruise is getting in here. That would be really weird. That's another thing where it's like, okay, what is he going to be the top three or is he going to be jury? Like that doesn't make any sense for either of them. Whereas Fraser, Farrell, Butler, Nye, Mescal, Camara, I can buy as both. I think I know for a fact that one of these people that at least one of them that I am predicting is going to miss. Like one of the top five are going to miss. I know it. If Paul Mescal misses here, he's done. I gotta say, he's not happening if he misses here. Like that's deadly if he misses. Lead actress. This is the one where I'm like, anybody, like this is anybody's game, truly. Like truly anybody could be a jury pick, anyone could be a top three. Naomi Ackie, I Want to Dance with Somebody, Anna de Armas, Blonde, Kate Blanchett, Tar, Jessica Chastain, The Good Nurse, Viola Davis, The Woman King, Danielle Detweiler, Till, Leslie Manville, Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, Emma Thompson, Good Luck to You, Leo Grande, Michelle Williams, The Fablemans, Michelle Yeoh, Everything Ever All at Once. I think Michelle and Kate are going to get nominated again. That feels, that feels right. And I apologize. I don't want it to happen either. But I really think Anna de Armas is like going to get in. It feels right. It just, it makes sense. We should have been a lot more on the lookout for this. Emma Thompson, be a Brit's lover. Who doesn't love her? Let's be honest. And then I do have Danielle Deadweiler getting in because they are like they have to watch it. That's the whole point of the long list. They have to watch the movies. And how do you watch Till and not nominate Danielle Deadweiler is the question that keeps wrapping my brain. I am going to predict Michelle Williams because, again, I want to be careful with what I snub the Fablemans for. Like, at least how much I snub the Fablemans. And I think the Michelle Williams is just going to get in. If she misses here, I do think that, like, considering the SAG miss, that could be, I don't think she's going to miss, but I do think it could be a problem for her. Anyway, that's the 6 I'm going with. I do have Viola Davis in the outsets. I don't think I'm going to predict an Oscar snub at the end of the day. I am sensing it a little bit, but I'm not going to go through with it. But I think a snub here like adds up. But I won't be shocked if she gets in. Leslie Manville, I get the case for her. But out of that, again, this feels like something that like we think the BAFTAs are obviously going to do, and they just don't do it. Jessica Chastain and Naomi Ackie are in similar positions for me. Like I'm considering them both for a slot, but like I feel safe not putting them in for now. Director. There's a lot of people here. This one's so hard, man. There's 16 slots this time. After Sun, Charlotte Wells. All Quiet on the Western Front, Edward Berger. The Banshees of Inisherin, Martin McDonough. Corsage, Marie Kreutzer. Decision to Leave, Park Chan-wook. Elvis, Baz Luhrmann. Everything Everywhere All at Once, Daniels. Fire of Love, Sarah Doza. The Quiet Girl, Colin Beardred. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Saint Omer, Alice Diop. She Said, Maria Schrader from Breaking Bad. Tar, Todd Field. Till Chinoya Chukwu. Top Gun Maverick, Joseph Kosinski. The Woman King, Sheena Prince Bythewood, sorry. Women Talking, Sarah Polley. Okay, so I think the Daniels are getting in, and I think they're winning. Moving on, All Quiet on the Western Front, I think Edward Berger is probably going to happen, right? Like, how do you get all those long lists and then not the nomination? That just, that at least, even if it doesn't get Best Picture, I think, like, really? I think Todd Field makes a lot of sense here for Tar, so I'm going to predict him, but I can maybe see a snub. A lot of people are like really confident that Charlotte Wells is going to get in. And I think, I get where the confidence is coming from, but I think you got to tone it down a little bit. I do think she's going to get in though, but I don't think she's safe. I'm going to go with Corsage. I can't really explain it because I haven't seen it, but like, it just kind of makes sense to me that Marie Kreutzer just gets in. I don't know why. I cannot explain it to you. Same with Chinoya Chukwu. This one I did see, and like it doesn't really scream director nomination, but like I don't know. I'm getting this weird sense that Chinoya Chukwu is going to get in. I do think Banshees and I do think McDonough, Baz Luhrmann, and even Sarah Polley like could sneak in there director. I would love to see it. Like all of them would be deserving. Well, sorry, let me be clear. 2 of them would be deserving, Martin McDonough and Sarah Polley. Baz Luhrmann, I think Baz Luhrmann could kind of, if this was a voting thing, I think he would definitely get in, but like, this is purely juried, if I am not mistaken. So I do think that they're going to go half men, half women. And I do think Baz Luhrmann might, suffer from that. Decision to Leave. I think Park Chan Wook could also get in. They do definitely nominate those kind of directors. The international directors. Fire of Love is also something I could weirdly see them going for. Like Saradoza getting a nomination. I know that would make me happy. Joseph Kaczynski, I don't know, man. Gina Prince Bythewood, I could also I could see I can see basically anybody getting in. Like it's a weird thing, but I do think they are going to go ahead and split male and female. And I think, some people like Joseph Kaczynski could suffer from that. I do think Alice Diop is also something I'm really looking out for. All right, best film. I'm not going to do Outstanding British Film. I don't think you guys care. Best film, After Sun, All Quiet on the Western Front, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Living, Tar, Top Gun Maverick, and Triangle of Sadness. Right off the bat, I do have Fabelmans missing. I do think that the other 5 are just stronger. The 5 that I have are just, I think, stronger at BAFTA at least. Well, Banshees of Inisherin and Everything Ever Once are not missing, guys. Y'all can predict a snub. Have fun with that. Elvis, I just gotta have to suck it up and say it's gonna get nominated. Top Gun Maverick could miss, but I think it's so strong. I think it's strong enough that I think it's gonna happen. And then I'm going with All Quiet on the Western Front because it led the long list. I have After Sun at 9, which a lot of you guys are going to disagree with. And I got to say, I feel good about it having there because I don't think Triangle Sadness, Tar, and Fablemans are weaker than After Sun. Like, I know Fablemans underperformed here, but like, I don't know. I think the After Sun thing is a little bit of a mirage in a way. Tar is another one I'm really looking out for. I really think could land. And I think Living is just so obviously not happening. All right. That I zoomed through that. I'm so sorry about that, but whatever. I don't care, actually. I'm not sorry. Fuck you. Like, subscribe, share, or else I'm going to speak with a British accent for the entirety of my life.